It has been a fun 2 weeks, and sometimes a grueling 2 weeks. It definitely tests the skills, the brain capacity, the passion of all of our staff of trainers, canine care specialists, the handlers themselves, and of course, our furry friends. We are incredibly grateful to be having a class of 6 newly paired canine disaster search teams to present to you today. Representing Nebraska Task Force 1, based in Lincoln, I'd like to introduce veteran canine search specialist Mark Schroder and his newest canine partner, Koda. Koda was recruited by retired handler Jason Smith of Oklahoma Task Force 1. It was a friend of his, a fellow firefighter, who had originally adopted Koda with his young family, but it was quickly determined that Koda was not going to make a very suitable pet for a family with young children. Jason Smith helped Koda to find his place in the world with the Search Dog Foundation, and Mark is his newest partner, heading off to Nebraska tomorrow to help people out there. Next, we have veteran canine search specialist Andrew Pitcher and his newest canine partner, Storm. Storm was donated to SDF by Michelle Stegmeyer. She's the owner of the Indiana Canine Learning Center. He was almost placed with a detection agency, but the Search Dog Foundation lucked out. Michelle agreed that Storm had what it takes for search and rescue, so we had him transferred here. As you can tell, he is a sweetheart, and he's a big fan favorite, so we are looking forward to seeing what he does in the country. Next, representing California Task Force 3, based in Menlo Park, is firefighter Felicia Lee and her new partner, Jax. They're members of the San Francisco Fire Department, and Jax comes to us from the Humane Society of Utah, located in Murray, Utah. He was recruited by a handler of ours named Trevor Lawrence. Jax was surrendered to the shelter by his original family due to his high energy level that the family couldn't manage. He was adopted a week later, but that only lasted about a week, and he was returned to the shelter due to his high energy. Trevor was the one who discovered Jax at the shelter when looking for canine recruits for us, and we understand that Jax literally flew through the training program, and if you get a chance to see Jax search, you will understand what we mean about that. Next, we have firefighter Paul Sandigo of the San Francisco Fire Department and his new canine partner, Cassie. Cassie comes from a field trial trainer named Melissa Hewitt, who heard about SDF and our need for canine search dogs. She immediately thought of one of her field trial dogs as a potential candidate. Cassie was originally named Rip, but when she passed our evaluations, we went ahead and renamed her Cassie. That's thanks to a longtime SDF supporter, Sue Officer. Now, representing California Task Force 7, based in Sacramento, firefighter James McCandless of the West Sacramento Fire Department and his new canine partner, Mack. Mack comes to us all the way from Virginia. He was originally named Cody and was adopted from a shelter by a wilderness search and rescue handler who had high hopes of him being her next partner. However, when she took him home, she discovered that her current canine partner didn't quite agree with her. So the handler felt that it was a good idea to go ahead and find him a more suitable place. Thanks to partner of hers, Teresa McPherson, a member of Virginia Task Force 1, Teresa made the recommendation that he might have a good career with the Search Dog Foundation. We went ahead and renamed Cody because we already have a search dog named Cody, and we try to honor each search dog by only giving one dog the same name. So once we knew that Cody was going to be renamed, we actually named him Mack in honor of Teresa McPherson, and our partnership with her. She's dedicated quite a few years now to the Search Dog Foundation and has been an instructor for several of our workshops. She's also dedicated many years of her life to Virginia Task Force 1 as a canine handler and has deployed countless times to help search for citizens. So we felt that this was a really fitting naming and appreciation of all that she does for the country. Next up, we have firefighter paramedic Keegan List of the Sacramento Metro Fire District and his new canine partner, Chloe. Chloe, originally named Seti, was discovered by SDF canine recruiters Kelly and Tim Matthews of the South Dakota Canine Center. She'd been with a family since she was a puppy, but quickly became too much dog for them, so they decided to surrender her to a local shelter. She was rehomed a few times as well. It was upon a second return to the shelter that the Matthews discovered her and her intense ball drive, and agreeing that she would be a good candidate for search and rescue, we had her transported out here to our National Training Center in beautiful Santa Paula to begin formal search dog training with SDF. Both Chloe and Mack were transported here by a volunteer pilot named Sean Moran. And I just want to recognize that Sean has helped us get a number of canine candidates here from around the country. We really couldn't do what we do without the help of so many people at so many different levels. So thank you to everyone who has made this journey with our canines, helped us get to this point. And here to talk about those dogs and these new, very special teams a little bit more is our canine training manager, Mandy Tisdale.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here virtually with us on this special morning. So just an overall thought on our handler course over the past 2 weeks. This course has been incredibly fulfilling, I will say that. These handlers work their tails off, no pun intended. They work their tails off to get to know these dogs, to learn how they're trained, to bond with them, and to basically be paired and be up here on the stage. So I want to commend the handlers and the canines up here, as well as acknowledge all of our staff in preparing these dogs for this special moment. The group of handlers that you see behind me they're very special, and I think that they are going to walk away from this experience, even though they're not on the same task force or team. There is a camaraderie that exists between this crew of people behind me that is, I think, very special to all of us, and we have seen it develop and blossom over the last 2 weeks. So I just want to acknowledge you guys for all of your hard work and dedication over the last 2 weeks. So in speaking about Coda, when he first arrived to our training program, he was a high energy, fun-loving, crazy Labrador. You're going to hear a theme throughout this about all the high energy dogs here. So when we had Coda first in the program, he needed to mature a little bit. So we decided to place him with a very respectable foster who worked with Coda and helped him to mature a little bit, so that when we brought him back into the program for formal training, he was ready to go. And this dog flew through the training program. Once he matured a little bit and he was able to process what we were asking him to do, he skyrocketed through the program. He learned that the search game is the best game in the entire world, and he has just had a blast in our program. He is quite literally a fan favorite of our staff. Everybody loves Coda. Coda looks into your eyes, and it's like he's looking into your soul. So everybody here has worked with Coda, and we all love him tremendously. The dogs tend to change from starting the training program until the end. And so while he started out as this lovable, high energy, kind of crazy Labrador, we channeled that energy into a still high energy, lovely, smart Labrador, but he now has a purpose and a focus, and that focus is finding live people. When Mark came into the handler course, it was pretty apparent that these two were going to be a good match. When they're working together, when they're one-on-one performing their activities, you can see the bond that is already in place. They look like a seasoned team working together out doing anything they're doing, quite literally. So Koda and Mark are perfectly matched for each other. A funny moment, not moment, but funny thing that Mark, I think, recognized about Koda early on was that when he's playing fetch with him or performing retrieves, throwing the ball for him, Koda would get the ball, come right back to him, and he would bounce how many times, Mark?
3 times.
3 times. Koda would bounce like a kangaroo, 3 times, bounce, 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 spit the ball out, and he's ready to go again. And so that is something that we've all noticed about Koda, and Mark picked it up right away. They had this connection right off the bat. So Mark, I would like to congratulate you on your pairing with Koda, and we look forward to supporting you and watching as your career develops with him. So now I'm going to be speaking about Mr. Storm over here, our beautiful golden retriever. When Storm joined our program, he was high energy. Again, this is the theme, high energy, toy obsessed dog. We basically took him and we channeled his energy into the search game. He flew through the program, quite literally. Storm really had a knack for engaging with people already. He came to us with that, and he worked through all of the problems through training very, very nicely. He not only is a talented search dog or an amazing search dog, he has a really innate emotional intelligence about him, and anybody that has been able to interact with Storm in any capacity should have probably recognized that. If you're having a bad day and you're a little stressed, this dog will pick up on the slightest bit of stress in your body, and he will come over to you, climb in your lap, and console you. He is so aware of the human side of things that it's an amazing thing to see in this dog. It's a very special dog, and again, not only an amazing search dog, but an amazing dog, well-rounded, happy, fun-go-lucky golden retriever. And don't get that wrong, he plays his little golden retriever games too, so you got to be careful of that, right, Andrew? When Andrew and Storm started working together, that bond happened very quickly as well. Andrew, veteran handler, knows how to handle the dogs already. Storm picked up his nice calm energy, which he really thrives with, and Storm and Andrew, watching them work through the training over the last 2 weeks, have grown to this place where they truly look like a seasoned team already. Andrew's a seasoned handler, Storm is a new dog to this, but seeing them out working, you would never know that. I think a fun moment, at least for me, with Andrew and Storm was when they were actually paired together. Seeing the love and appreciation for Storm that Andrew could not hide. It was visceral. The response he had when he was actually paired with Storm. You could feel the love in the air, and I just want to congratulate both of you on your pairing and being here on stage with us today. We look forward to supporting you and your partner on your journey. You guys are amazing. Thank you. To my right here, we have Mr. Jax. He's a character, that's for sure. We refer to him kind of as a cartoon character. Kate mentioned earlier that he literally flies across the rubble. He does. So if you ever get the opportunity to see that, it's something to be seen. When Jax came to us initially, he was a confident, bold, intelligent, wild animal. It's the easiest way to describe him. He didn't have a lot of connection with people. People didn't really bring value to him quite yet. And through this training program and through the training process, Jax has developed into a bold, intelligent, wild animal. He's still the same dog, but what we've done is we have channeled that energy into something fruitful, and through that process he has actually learned what the human relationship is and what that bond is. All jokes aside, he is a different dog than when he came into the program. This dog has matured, he has found his purpose in life, he is through and through meant to be a search dog. When Felicia started working with him, he's a challenging animal, and Felicia kept her cool. She has such a natural ability with the dog that he took to her right away. And a funny moment that happened, could have been not funny, but it ended up being quite funny, was she was working with him on direction control. That's where we have off-leash control of the dogs at a distance, and she was casting him in a direction. He was about 50 yards away from her, and lo and behold, a bunny ran right across his path. Of course, we look for high prey drive, and these dogs, he took off after that bunny. He's a dog, right? Anything can happen. Felicia, again, cool as a cucumber, didn't even hesitate. She recalled him. And this dog, who used to not care too much about what the people were doing with him, this dog, upon that recall, did an immediate 180 off that bunny and came flying back to her. And at that moment, we realized, yeah, he's only got eyes for her. So that pairing made absolute sense to us. Felicia, I just want to congratulate you and Jax on your pairing and being here today together. We're really proud of you, and we look forward to supporting you on your journey with your new partner. So thank you.
Cassie has a duality to her nature. When she's not working or training, she's a very calm, quiet, sweet dog. But as soon as training or work starts, it's on. She brings 120% effort to everything and moves at 100 miles an hour. And she is certainly no longer quiet. She's been a super fun dog to work with throughout training, and watching Paul and Cassie bond over the last couple of weeks has been really special to see. They make a great team. Congratulations. So, Mack. Mack is a very confident, strong, bold, and independent dog, and when he first came to us, he couldn't really care less about interacting with people. Being with people didn't mean much to him, didn't have a mean bone in his body, but just seemed to never have developed a strong relationship with anyone. So through training, spending with his time here working with them, it was an extremely rewarding experience to have him start to love people and seek them out. And building a strong relationship and gaining that trust from him was extremely rewarding. And over the last 2 weeks, seeing him be able to then gain that trust and relationship with his new handler, James, has been amazing. He's not the easiest dog to work with, and he doesn't give you everything right away. You have to work for it, but they have made amazing progress, and James has earned Mack's full trust. I couldn't be happier to pass the leash on any more than I am. Congratulations. Chloe is a sweetheart. She's a very sweet dog who loves people, and when in training and playing her with a toy, sometimes if there's somebody just standing off to the side, she'll go and drop the toy at them to try to include them in the game. She's very sweet. She can be very social. One thing about Chloe that Keegan has got to witness firsthand during this handler's course is her propensity to take large, flying, danger-defying leaps across the rubble pile. That makes us all a little scared when it happens, but she takes these brave leaps over voids and dangerous areas, and we all get scared, but we're very happy she's so confident. Just the other day when training, she took a leap over a void over a large slab and basically slid down this slab all the way into the victim to alert on them. It was amazing. It's a testament to the fact of how strong these dogs are and how much they love their jobs. We look very much to seeing what Keegan and Chloe accomplish in the future. They make a great team. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of you. We can't wait to see what you accomplish out there in the world. And with that, I'll let you get back to training. Let's give them one more round of applause, everybody.